Pisonia horneae, named after Francis W. Horne 18,731,967, an American illustrator who spent 45 years painting 750 watercolors of plants from Puerto Rico. Credit Rosima Rivera. Known for their biodiversity richness, the Caribbean islands are now adding 2 new species of birdcatcher trees to their list of botanical treasures. Commonly referred to as birdcatcher trees, the species whose ripe fruits are sticky and can be glued to birds are from the flower-clock family Nyctaginaceae and only found in Puerto Rico. Baptized Pisonia horneae and Pisonia rocquea by authors Marcos A. Caraballo-Ortiz, doctoral candidate at the Pennsylvania State University, U.S. and Jorge C. Trejo Torres, researcher at the Institute for Regional Conservation in Florida, U.S. The 2 unusual trees were named to honor the unrecognized work of 2 extraordinary self-driven women who devoted decades on educational projects in botany. The research was published in the open-access journal Phytokeys. Finding large organisms new to science from a relatively small and well-studied island seems implausible, but this recent naming of the 2 large trees from Puerto Rico proves that explorations in nature and museums can still produce exciting novelties. Explains Trejo Torres. The 2 new trees belong to an extraordinary genus Pisonia, containing rare plants mainly known for the ability to tangle birds with their sticky fruits, which inspired the common name birdcatcher used in the Pacific region. Characteristic for the 2 new trees are also swollen trunks that wrap over the rocks resembling an elephant foot with toes. Fully ripe, the infructescences of Pisonia rocquea probably stick to animals as a dispersal strategy. Credit Jorge C. Trejo Torres. Birds are the main dispersal agents for Pisonia trees, carrying the sticky fruits glued to their feathers to distant islands. However, sometimes these fruits can trap too tightly and even kills birds, as seen in documentaries. Remarks lead author, Caraballo-Ortiz. So far, we do not know of cases where birds have been trapped by the sticky fruits of the new species, but future studies will explore this possibility. One of the trees, Pisonia horneae, is dedicated to Francis W. Horne 18,731,967, an American illustrator who spent 45 years painting 750 watercolors of plants from Puerto Rico, of which only a small fraction were published. The other tree, Pisonia rocquea, was named after Dr. Ana Roque de Dupré 18,531,933, a Puerto Rican educator, writer, and suffragist. As an amateur ethnobotanist, she spent over 3 decades to prepare a manuscript aimed to make botany accessible to the general public, which was never published. The elephant foot trunk of an adult Pisonia rocquea. Credit Fabiola Arises Barzane. It only seemed natural to name the 2 new species after these 2 extraordinary women who spent decades on large educational projects aimed to divulge botanical knowledge in Puerto Rico. Explains Trejo Torres. Just like the 2 large trees remained unrecognized by science until now, the enormous efforts of these 2 women, who dedicated part of their lives to botanical work, remained largely unrecognized by the community. The scientific relevance of naming these trees is that they thrive in the Puerto Rican forests, including the Loquillo Mountains, which are among the most well-studied areas in the world. World-scattered ecologists and conservationists actively working on Puerto Rican forests and plants now have a nice and surprising update to make in their databases. Concluded Caraballo-Ortiz. Explore further. Maria Lash's U.S. Virgin Islands as Puerto Rico prepares for impact. More information. Marcos A. Caraballo-Ortiz et al. 2 new endemic tree species from Puerto Rico, Pisonia horneae and Pisonia rocquea Nyctaginaceae, Phytokeys 2017. doi 10.3897 Phytokeys.86.11249 Journal reference Phytokeys provided by Pensift Publishers.